So I'm in the process of cleaning out this garage slash workshop. It's a total disaster. I've been trying to burn as much wood as possible, but I just signed up for a craft fair slash flea market, and I'm going to try to utilize a lot of this wood that I have just laying around that I was going to burn, and see if I can make some product out of it that I could sell. From cutting boards to noodle boards to maybe some charcuterie boards, maybe some candle holders, tea lights or something like that, or some signage, maybe American flag or two, depending on what I have left. And just see what I can make happen with this. So I'm gonna try to work something out, see how much money I could possibly make, and I'm gonna try to document and video, the process as much as possible, and see if I can make money off of these scraps. So let's see, what I have, clean a lot of this junk out, and see if I can, salvage some of it to make some money. All right, let's go. Okay, so this project is going to be taking all these pieces of scrap wood, mainly all hardwoods, from maple to walnut to some cherry to some teak. Some other projects will involve some poplar and red and white oak. And that's about it. I might have some purple heart and other hardwoods, but it's mainly going to be have with scraps that I have left over. So it's going to be all different sizes and widths and dimensions. So really, I'm just going to try to mill it up, get it as straight as possible. What I normally do is when I mill it up, I try to get the size of the cutting board I like. And there'll be different sizes. Some will be usually between 12 and 13 inches in width, so I can fit it through my planer if they're glued up, and usually anywhere from the length of 14 to 20 inches in length. And the thickness varies, between a half inch to 1.5 inches. So there'll be different. Some will be like cheese board type. Some will be cutting boards. Some will be serving trays, charcuterie boards. I'm going to do a couple of them. We're going to do some other things too. But this video is going to be just mainly coasters and cutting boards to start out with. So this is going to be phase one of this project. I don't do a lot of these. This is going to be my second craft fair, I guess you call, slash flea market. I don't do a lot of these. It's not something I prefer to do, but I have all these scraps, and honestly, I like these because you can expand your business by giving out cards and make a lot of local contacts and grow your business. It's a good networking type function, and I like these for that aspect more than I do selling products. But if I can make money with all the scraps, I'll try to document everything I make, and how much I sold them for and how much profit. Right now, everything will be profit besides my labor, but all this material I probably would have burned a lot of it. So that's we're gonna start milling a lot of this lumber up now. Yeah, I'll do one primarily all walnut with some trim, like the opposite of these. So I'll try to get like 2 or 3 more out of what I have here, and then we'll start doing some coasters and things like that with the rest of the scraps. So this video is going to be mainly just getting milling up everything, getting a nice straight for nice even and straight lamination, and it's going to be just a lot of gluing up and cutting and trimming up and cleaning up everything. So that's what this video is going to mainly be. A lot of repetitive steps, but you still have to keep everything detailed and organized, and you can't be too sloppy. You still have to be precise with your cuts and everything. So that's what I'm doing here. We're just going to laminate a couple of cutting boards here, and then we're going to take the leftovers from those scraps, and we're going to make a couple sets of coasters. These cutting boards here are all maple, walnut, and I think some teak also I added in, and then maybe a couple pieces of cherry too. The other set of cutting boards I'm going to do are going to be mainly walnut, teak, and ash. I have some ash left over, so we're going to try to make some cutting boards out of them. They're going to be a little thicker, so that will be the next phase of this phase one project. Scraps left over. We're going to do some coasters out of these, some walnut and maple coasters. Then we're going to do some bunch of poplar and a bunch of oak. We're going to cut up still. Alright, so these are just leftover cut offs from the cut boards. We're going to glue these up into some coasters. Alright, so let's glue these up. So here we're going to lay out about 3 sets of coasters here, and we're going to glue them up all one set of lamination. We're using 1 set of clamps here. So that's what we're doing here. All various patterns, various wood types, mainly all poplar, walnut, and maple, and I think some cherry also. I don't have a lot of cherry, but whatever I have, I'm just throwing in as accent pieces of all of these. So there's 3 sets of coasters here. We're going to laminate at one time. Alright, so 2 cutting boards, 3 sets of coasters gluing up. Straight edge here, and then we'll take it to the table saw. Here I'm just ripping down the coasters to the final length and width. I start out on the miter saw just to get one straight edge, then I just run through this little sled here and just cut all the coasters up. It's just safer this way rather than going through the miter saw, which you can do. You can use the miter saw also and a stop block and just clamp it down. So a lot of sanding to do, a lot of cleanup. I'll put maybe some little handles on these guys. A lot of sanding, and that's about it. So these are almost done for the most part. So it took me, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 hours, whatever. Maybe 5 hours altogether, but not counting glue up, like drying everything. These are pretty quick, easy, and all free material I had left over. So let's go. So here we're going to cut up some ash and some walnut here just to make another set, 2 more cutting boards. These will be a little bigger, a little thicker, and a little longer than the other 2 that I made. So that's what we're doing here. We're just going to cut up this and mill this lumber up now. Okay, so full disclosure, I charge $30 an hour for projects in the shop, and $60 an hour on site. Just to give you a rough idea of my bill in here, I guess we'll call it, and from a profit standpoint. So I'm just going to give you a general idea. So when I add up the total hours at the end, I'll have to hopefully make that or more to break even or make money. And there's no, like I said, there's no product being purchased here, so it definitely helps with costs. Ash and walnuts that I have left over, we'll use these. Then we'll probably do another walnut and maple. Maybe a smaller one with some cherry. Also keep in mind with this project, I'm not really busy. In other words, right now I'm not taking many orders, and I have a couple pending orders, and I just got done a few huge orders that kind of were taxing on my body, and my shop I need to clean out right now. So this is more just part of the maintenance process here. So I'm not really worried about profits so much from a labor standpoint here, since the labor is really just, I was going to do this anyway, but I probably would have burnt this wood technically. So this is how, it's like a 2-for-1, where instead of burning the wood and wasting it, I'm going to just take some time as part of the cleanup process and hopefully make some profits out of it. So technically I wouldn't mind charging 15 to $20 an hour.
Bit in, we're going to do like a handle on these 2 cutting boards on the bottoms. So we're going to set our fence here, and then we're going to put like some little stop blocks here, just so we get our even measurements. All right, let's go.
So here I'm just going to put little grab handles on the bottom using this half-inch cove bit on the router table, and I just have these little stop blocks, as you see, clamped to the fence, just to keep them even and keep them at the same distance. And we'll clean them up with some sandpaper and the router. We'll just put some chamfers on each edge also to clean these up. But otherwise, we're just going to run these through nice and slow. So we don't get any tear out here.
Cheaper ones I'm going to put on these little stick-on feet. Only because I'm running short on the other feet, I'm going to have to order some. So I'm going to put the nicer feet on the nicer boards. I'm going to charge a little money for. We'll screw them in, but these we're just going to put these little stick-on feet on. Alright. We'll put some mineral oil on these guys, and they're pretty much done. Now we'll screw some feet on these guys.
So I don't sell cutting boards or coasters typically, unless I go to a show like this, which is very, very rare. So I don't even really know how to price these things out. So these boards are a little bigger. The bigger ones are a little thicker. They're about 13 by, I think, 18 or 20. These I could probably sell from anywhere from 75 to 100. There's two of them. So anywhere from 150 to $200 there. And then the smaller boards I could probably sell for maybe one of them 50, the other one for 30. So that's about maximum 280 right there. And then the coasters I could sell for like 10 to $15 a set. So that's about say $35. So we're about 300 something dollars in total profits if I sell everything. That's, you know, that's the big if I sell everything at the show. I'm not sure what I'm walking into here. But this is it. So we're gonna just, I'll break down the prices of what I hope I could get. Then the phase two will price out the other stuff. Okay, this will be the first video in a series of videos, hopefully, that will document my journey here with this craft show and I hope I could get a breakdown of profits that I can make and give you some ideas of what you can sell. I know in my last and only craft show I did, I sold a lot of cutting boards and American flags. American flags will probably be in the third video series of this. So we'll make various types of other products too to sell. Soap dishes, noodle boards, maybe some small benches and other furniture. Thanks for watching.